Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Monster Hunter. I'm HazzD. Last time we went out and slayed 2 Velociprey at the same time. This time I'm going to go out and explore a new area. But first I want to go over my armor and weapon because the keener eye viewers may have noticed I have a different set of armor and weapon. This is the battle armor for the gunner. The gunner battle armor, I just sort of grabbed whichever one was the most expensive from the shop just because I needed something better than, I think it was chain or leather armor that I had was the only set of armor I could sort of equip with a gun. I've still got the Arbalest, but this time I've put a silencer on it. I've maxed it out, so it's a level 5 Arbalest now. This menu, if you press start in it, you can get rid of most of the overlay stuff, so you can have a proper look at your armor. This is what I use for the armor and weapon bios. I come in here and get a good look at my stuff. My stuff? Sounds a bit weird. So if I go into my menu, look at equipment details, Arbalest level 5, 216 attack, silence, and zoom scope. I forgot to go over zoom scope last time. I'll try and go over it this time. As I said, the battle armor for gunner, so it's custom armor for hunters, light and resistant to element attacks. Not exactly the best armor, but something that will last us for this quest. If I go in stats, you can see I've got 21 defense. Not exactly incredible. I think it's lower than the Velociprey armor, or I'm pretty sure it's lower. However, I've got 10 fire resistance, so if I run into anything with fire element, I'll be fine. Dragon resistance, no importance, so I can ignore that. If I head out and go to the chief, I'm going to pick up my quest. Hello. And my quest is Slay the Genprey. It's in the swamps, that's our new area. It's a reward of 600 zenny, 200 contract. Slay 20 Genprey. Genprey are the monster we went over in the desert episode when I explained the desert, so these guys just happen to be in all of the explaining videos for areas. The requester is a gold dealer. That's a weird title. I am the gold dealer. I've been seeing a lot of Genprey these days. They're just waiting to attack us. It's a pack of 20. Hunt them down. So somehow he managed to count 20 of them without dying, considering these things like rip me from throat to limb just on a regular basis. Well, not really a regular basis, because I've barely ever seen these things before. I like how we counted them. That's just a bit weird. Never mind, let's head out on our quest. Didn't go over my items, I'll just quickly show them off. Regular stuff, so potions, one on stakes, paintball, flash bombs. Got hot drinks, because in the swamp there are areas that are cold, so I need them. Firecaster, just because I want to show off what they look like, because I don't think I'm ever going to get a chance to use those. And the regular stuff, so I've got iron pickaxes, bug nets, and ammo, so I'm ready to head out on my quest. So let's do this. So yeah, this is going to be a new area, so this is going to be pretty exciting. So the Genprey are going to kind of be put to the side for most of this quest. I'll slay them as I go. I'll try and keep it under, well, I'm going to keep it under 20 until I've explained everything, and I'll just go on a massacre. So this is the swamp. As you can see, it's some sort of not desert, it's not a desert, it's a forest sort of based thing. It's a dead forest with a lot of fog in it. This is what you're going to notice most about this area, is that it's really foggy and you won't be able to see very far. In the chest there's just the usual stuff because it's just the prey quest, as I'm calling them now. This is prey week apparently, because I'm just doing all of the prey quests that are in 4-star this week. So hold on to your socks, I guess. There's going to be a lot of them. So if I down these rations to free up my space, because I don't have a whole lot of inventory space. The red box is over here, but I don't think I ever go to that. It's more prominent online, where you have to do an egg quest, well, a type of egg quest here online, but you don't do that offline because it's not a quest here. So it's not important. But over here, there are fish. I didn't even know there was a river here until I found out there were fish back here. The traditional fire that has no fire in it. As always, what else would you expect for a campsite? Then again, the jungle one is just like a hut on the edge of a cliff, which doesn't seem that safe, but never mind. Let's head into Area 2, because obviously that's where we're going next instead of Area 1, which is weird. I don't really get why Area 2 is the area that links to the base camp instead of Area 1. This area is just a sort of an open area where you'll face a big monster, well, not a big monster, but the big monsters in this area, this zone. This is where they're going to come sort of relatively quite a bit. That doesn't really make any sense, but they'll come here kind of a lot, and you can use pitfall traps in here. I say that you can use pitfall traps in here because it's kind of important, because some of the other areas, 5, 10, 6, and possibly 3, you can't use them. So I'll show you why you can't use them when we get to those areas, but for now, just be aware of that. Over here, there are bugs, so I could get bugs here, but I'm not going to do that because I've got very limited space in my inventory, so I'm going to skip over those. There's not a lot else in Area 2, it's just a lot of berries and plants or herbs and stuff. So Area 4, coming in here, we have something, I don't know, you would say it's kind of important, but not really important at this point. There are spider webs over here, so if you're looking to make a pitfall trap, you can get spider webs in this area. You can also get ivy, so I'll go over where that is in a bit, but it's on the other end, heading out towards Area 9. I'll show you where that is in a little bit. This area, I'm not too well versed on it because I never come into Area 1. Strangely, I never go into Area 1. That's a bit weird, but over here there are bugs. So, I don't know why I'm collecting bugs, but there are bugs here. So you can get everything from thunder bugs to god bugs and possibly bitter bugs. Yep, you can get bitter bugs as well. There's another spot right here. And I've just heard him. Where is he? Is that him? I can't quite tell. He blends in with the bushes sometimes. Nope, there he is. That is the Veggie Elder. As always, he can give you items and stuff. The items he can give you and trade with you will be on screen right about now. So you can have a look at those. I'm not going to cover them right now because there is a lot of them. This is the last time I'm going to cover the Veggie Elder and probably see him because I'm never going to come back to one of these areas ever again, even though it's kind of a cool looking area with this big tree bit here that I think you could run over, which is kind of cool. But never mind, I'm never coming back. I'm never going to Area 1 ever again. Then again, I'm probably hardly ever going to come back to the swamp anyway, so it's not really that big of a thing. But heading over towards Area 9, we're going to have a look and see if I can find this ivy, because I can't remember exactly where it is. I'm hoping it's going to be kind of obvious. I think that's it there. Yep, that's it there. This plant here will give you ivy. So if you're looking for ivy and spiderwebs, come to Area 4. You can make a net, which you can use with a trap tool to make a pitfall trap. Then again, this is one of those areas where pitfall traps aren't the most useful. Coming in here, we have Genprey. Genprey, as always, they've got stunning sort of subtype, I'm calling it now, because I can't think of a better name for it. So let's pull out Arbliss, and get Ode. Right. I believe they can only use the subtype on you, the paralyzing subtype on you when they pounce at you like that, so just be careful when they do that. Okay, I'm kind of getting surrounded. Probably a heavy bowgun wasn't the best choice for this quest, but oh well. I'm just using it because I'm not going to get a whole lot of chances to use a heavy bowgun again after this, so I'm just using it now so that I've kind of got a reason to use it because they're kind of easy. And, well, okay, there's another one. These guys, I believe they respawn in here for a certain amount of time before never respawning in here again, or that one just got up. In some quests, they do respawn. Genprey are probably the most common enemy you'll find in the swamp, and I'm not paying attention. There we go. I'm not doing too well with these bullets, I will admit. I think Genprey do move around a lot more than the Velociprey. Something else I want to show off is that if you use the right stick, you can zoom in and out by going from left to right or right to left. So that's kind of nice. But now I'm going to put away my weapon and head to Area 9 because... Not Area 9, not Area 8, because I don't think there's a whole lot in here. I'll have a look on my list of all-knowing information, but I don't think there's a whole lot in here in terms of searching areas, so... Searching node. Oh, he's still up. He's still alive! And that would have hit me if I hadn't got out of the way like a pro. Okay, where am I aiming? Clearly not like a pro. Wow. This is just embarrassing. Hello. Right, you're going down. There we go. I can see some more over there. Anyway, checking my list of all-knowing stuff, it looks like it's just a load of mushrooms and herbs. So nothing too worthwhile in here, unless that's what you're looking for. So let's take these guys down. Get out of the way. If you're wondering why I'm not using a spread shot or something like a pellet shot or a crag or a cluster shot, the reason is I want to save those for other areas because there's going to be a lot of them in an upcoming area, namely 5, so I don't want to use them all up before then. And as you can see, my aiming today is not exactly the best, so let's head into Area 8 now. So let's down a hot drink because Area 8 is cold. It's a cave, as you may guess from its entrance. It's a cave, so you don't want to go in here without a hot drink, otherwise you're going to lose stamina, and that's not going to be fun, especially if you're fighting a monster in here. It's quite a big cave. It's probably one of the biggest caves we've ever seen. Unfortunately, you're probably never going to come in here all that much, except for one monster that we won't face until the after game. I'm calling it. Over here by these crystals, you can mine. So, looking for a mining spot. I don't have enough space. So let's discard that. And then come over here, I believe it is. Where is it? Over here somewhere. Right, over here by this crystal is another mining spot. I believe these two areas, or these two spots, can you get mashlite ore? Nope, you can't get mashlite ore in here. This is not one of the areas where you can. All the other nodes in here aren't exactly the most interesting or really worth talking about, since I think they're just herbs and berries. Actually, no, there is an infinite spot for worms, so you can get infinite spot of bait in here if you're really looking for bait. I don't know why, since I hardly ever fish in this game, and I don't think I'll have a need to by the end of this LP. Heading over here, there is one last thing I want to talk about in Area 9 before heading to Area 10. Where is it? Where is it? This is the feline, or feline base, if you want to call it, for this area. It looks like there should have been a cave behind it they head into, and that's where the base would have been, but maybe it got cut out in the final release or something. But this is where it is kind of now, so here's the trolley. So that answers my question earlier in the LP. I was like, where's that base? Where's it go? I don't know. That's where it is, apparently. So that's where it's hidden. I can't remember if I saw it in the jungle. It may have been in one of the caves. In here, there is going to be a mixture of Velociprey and Genprey, so I would be careful. Also, they infinitely respawn in here. Other than that, there isn't really a whole lot in here other than mushrooms and believe berries, so I'm going to head to Area 10 because I don't want to deal with all those infinite respawning ones because I've already hunted down 6 of them, so I'm going to head out to different areas and probably pull out some crags now just because I want to get through these a little faster. So let's take you down. There we go, hopefully that'll kill you. Wow, they're pretty resistant, these guys. That didn't take it down, which is kind of, oh dear, that's going to hurt. Wow, I'm surprised I escaped. Wow, this is really not having much effect at all on this Genprey. I'm hoping that's taking it down. So let's change to something else like pellets. I don't believe the monster's constantly respawning here. Oh yeah, something I was going to go over is that, as you can see, this area is a marsh area. Marshes, you can't put pitfall traps down on here because obviously it's a marsh. You can't really drop a pitfall trap here. So be warned when fighting monsters in here, you can't put pitfall traps down, which could be a problem depending on what you're hunting, but don't worry, you don't really hunt a whole lot in these areas. There's only a few times you actually hunt any big creatures in here that you can use pitfall traps on. And there we go, as you can see, they constantly respawn in here. Area 10, I don't believe has anything in other than mushrooms, and I believe that's it actually. I believe it's just mushrooms, so let's head to Area 11. Which is another cave, and you're going to need a hot drink in here. As you can see, I'm shivering. And in the back of Area 11, if my stamina will stop running out, I believe it's right over here in this back corner. If I was to come over here, there is somewhere, where are you? There we go. This here is a mining point. You can get mashlite ore here, so if you're looking for mashlite ore, this is one of the 2 areas where you can get it, unlike the other areas where you could only get, other zones where you could only get 1 mashlite zone, sort of in the entire area. I'm not really explaining this well, but there's only 1 mining point in the other 3 zones we've been to so far where you could actually get mashlite ore, so that's kind of nice. I wouldn't suggest mining here because, well, there isn't really any helpful quests where you can. I suggest going to the jungle because there's a lot of them there, and you can hunt a giant cuckoo there, which, you know, you can make quick work of that. It's not too hard. So let's take down some of these guys with pellets. And wow, that's just fantastic. That's an example of the paralyzing effect in effect. So let's get up again and pull out our large bow gun again. Wow, this is going fantastically. Let's just try and take these guys down at the same time. There we go, I've taken down 10 of them. Okay, I was hoping that would take it down. Let's bust out some normal shots. Actually, no, I won't. I'll keep using the pellets. And I think it's about time I threw one of these bad boys. So let's throw a flash bomb. And then heal up. I'll quickly use a mega potion just because I'm feeling kind of lazy. Plus, this is going on for a while, so I'll just use this. And reload. And hopefully I'll be able to get 3 in 1. Well, not 3 in 1, but 3 in 1 spread shot. No, I can't. I can only get these 2. That one. Go down, come on. This has already dragged on for a little while, I'm sorry about that. Okay, let's go in closer and take this guy out with a normal shot. I don't know why I put my bowgun away, considering it's a long-range weapon. Oh, and there's another. I believe they constantly respawn in here. I'm unsure. No, that was just that guy. We've cleared them out, I thought, in here, but there's another one who didn't decide to join the party, so let's take him down. Hiya! And let's shoot off some more. And he's still up, so let's hit him. Wow. My aiming is just pitiful at the moment. You can see why I don't normally use any kind of bowgun, because I am generally really bad with them. I am pretty bad with bowguns. Trust me, you don't want me on your team when you go hunting any big monster. You don't want me on your team as a gunner support, because it won't end well. Okay, Area 7, I believe there is a mining point in here somewhere. It is... where is it? It's over here somewhere, I believe. Just checking my notes, it's here. This thing here is apparently a mining spot. It kind of looks like jelly, but never mind. I want to keep that because iron ore is kind of annoying to collect up lots of it. Over here, there are fish, I believe, in this water, where I think you can get kind of a rare fish. I can't remember. Actually, I remember it is. It's scatterfish. Somewhere over here, you can find the scatterfish, which can only be found in this area and the final area, so it's kind of a rare fish if you're looking for that. But now I've shown that, I'm going to head to the final area, Area 3, which, in my opinion, kind of stands out from the rest of them because it doesn't fit in at all with the entire sort of theme of this area, like the swamp. And once I get in there, you'll kind of see what it's like. I'm going to down a well-done steak just because my stamina's dropped quite a bit. So let's head in there once he's done patting his belly. Do you always have to pat your belly after you eat? Whenever I finish eating, I pat my belly just to make sure the food's okay, that it's still there. And as you can see, this area is like a giant sort of grassland. I don't get it. Why is this a grassland? I don't really get that. I mean, it appears in, I think, the E3 demo or like video of this, like a while when it was first shown off. So I don't know why they included it like here of all places, because to be honest, it's not exactly the greatest area that fits in with everything else. I hardly ever come here. Plus, due to all this weird mist in the air, it's really hard to see anything. Like, I can't see anything really in here. Something else worthy of note in here is that there's bugs. I believe there's 2 spots where you can get bugs in here. And I've got a Bisser bug, which I'm going to have to discard, unfortunately, even though it's kind of a really useful item to have. I'm going to discard it because I've got lots and lots of sort of preys everywhere. A mixture of Velociprey, Genprey jumping all over my face, and I really need to drop a flash bomb, otherwise they're going to own me. Flash bomb, go! And then I'm going to get a pellet shot, and this is going to be good. Oh yeah, look at that. Carnage! Like it's never been seen before. I think that's all of the Genprey in this area taken down. I've only got 2 left to take out, and before I go and do that, I want to do one last thing, which is drop this firecaster. And, as you can see, it's going to move me from Area 3 to the base camp. So I'm just going to quickly heal up, because I'm here. I might as well heal up instead of wasting my healing items, even though I think all I've ever used on this quest is a mega potion so far. So I don't know why I'm bothered about that, since I've got like 6 first aid kits or something. But apparently I'm going to eat. I don't really get that. I never get why it's a potion. Why is a first aid kit a... oh, it's not a kit, it's a medicine. I'm guessing that's medicine. But then again, first aid is normally implying that you're putting like bandages and things on. I don't get it. Never mind, we're going to head back to Area 5 where there's unlimited Genprey. Unlimited Genprey. That was supposed to be an impressive voice. It probably sounds like crap. But oh well, never mind. Let's head to Area 5 and finish this quest because it's gone on for a while now. Not quite as long as the Desert Explaining quest, which was ridiculous. And something you may have noticed is that I only did 2 quests in the desert by this point. I've only done 2 quests so far, which is ridiculous considering it's an entire area and we've only done 2 quests in the entire thing. When I was planning this LP out, I thought, oh yeah, this one's going to be in the desert. I'll be able to show it off a bit more. Nope, it's in here. For some reason, it's in here. I don't get it, I don't really understand why, that's just the way it is. So there we go, we completed this quest, and if my voice was stop going weird, I've noticed that a lot in this episode, my voice keeps going a bit weird. So, never mind, there we go. We've killed all of the Genprey we had to kill in this area, we've covered hopefully everything I had to cover while I was here. So now we've done that, I think I'll just quickly go over the carbs you can get from Genprey. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you can get Genprey hide, fangs, scales, and possibly stun sacks, which is their sort of unique thing to the Genprey sort of family, which their sort of reason for hunting them is the stun sacks, which you can only get from them and another monster in their family, which I won't spoil yet, but you can probably guess what that is from how I've alluded to it, like just offhand before. And I've got to take my controller away from my chair, otherwise you'll be able to hear it vibrating, as I got hit in the face by that Velociprey. I'm just sort of ignoring because I'm invincible. I was going to kick it then. I believe if you press down the R3, so the right analog stick, you'll be able to kick. It's sort of like the swinging a heavy bow gun and hitting things with it. I don't know if that's in this version, but I believe it is. Didn't get any stun sacks, so we'll never know, or I might leave an annotation on right now just to say whether or not you can get stun sacks from them, but I didn't get any, so I don't know. My commentary will never know. Future me fixed that for me. But now that I've covered that, I want to show you the end reward screen and then cut back to the village. But wait, I have one last thing to explain. There are new armors and weapons that you can get now that we have Genprey material, so I'll be cutting to that and then cutting to the village, so... Okay, and up first we have the Viper Bite. The Viper Bite is an upgrade to the Serpent Bite Plus. It requires 15 Genprey fangs and 5 Genprey hides, so obviously you're going to have to defeat the Genprey first. Something to note about it is that it has the paralysis ailment in it, so as you attack you're going to inflict the paralysis ailment, which is really nice. It's a not so great weapon compared to the Serpent Bite just due to how low its yellow sharpness is. This thing will be blunt quite a lot, and until you get the later materials that you get from the Genprey family, you won't be able to upgrade this to a decent standard. So it's kind of something you would use once you've hunted the bigger Genprey family and then come back to this weapon. So until then I would suggest not using this weapon yet, but it's still a fantastic weapon and the first weapon you can have paralysis on, so that's quite nice. And if you want paralysis just as soon as you can get it. And next up we have a bowgun called the Shotgun Emerald. So this is the next one in the shotgun line, so it's got a decent attack compared to the Velociprey one. It's definitely an improvement. It's a fast bowgun, so that's quite nice. It's a very decent weapon, and I would say it's, well, I don't know, you can get an improvement quite soon after this, so it's not exactly the best one out of all of them, since you can get a shotgun like next quest after this or before it, depending on what order you do your quests in. But for now, I'd say it's definitely a decent weapon if you're looking for a light bowgun, because it's quite fast and it's got decent attack. There are better attacks out there, but this one's at least decent. But moving on to the ammo, and as you can see, it can use normal 1 and 2 and pellets 1, 2, and 3. So that's really nice. If you can get access to all of the pellets, that is fantastic. You can just use all of them. That's really good for a spread shot. So if you're taking down, for example, Velociprey or Genprey, that's really nice. You can also use Crag 1 and just Crag and Cluster 1, so that's nice to have. It can't use poison, so that's kind of unfortunate. It can use Disc Shot if you're looking for that in a weapon. I don't know why you would be. Moving on to the next page, as you can see, it can use Stun and Sleep, so it can use the other types of ailments, but not all of them. It can use Trank Shots and Paint Shots, so it can at least use some of the field effects. Antidote, Demon, and Armor Shot, not exactly the most important. It can use Dung Shot, so it can use the other area effect ones. Can't use Dragon, so that's not much of a problem because nothing can use Dragon, but never mind. Now that we've covered that bowgun, we're going to move on to the armor. Okay, and going over the Blade Master armor for Genprey, as you can see, it's got 40 defense, which is quite nice for a set of armor, especially an improvement over the Velociprey armor. It's got a negative 10 fire resistance, which, as we're coming up towards a lot of monsters that use fire, not exactly the best, but then again, it could be a lot worse for Blade Master armor. Negative thunder resistance, won't be seeing that until after 5-star, so after the main game, so it's not exactly important. But if you're still using this armor, then I would suggest upgrading, because one, it's not exactly the best armor to have that late in the game. Also, the thunder resistance, the monster with thunder is going to destroy you. Something else to note about the armor for both Blade Master and Gunner is that they have the ability immunity to paralysis. Paralysis, not exactly the most common ailment, but if you have that ability, that's fantastic. It's very nice to have an ability, so it's not exactly the worst ability. So I would suggest going for different armor if you're going for abilities, but this one is still quite a nice ability. But moving on to the Gunner armor. And as with most gunner armor, it's got lower defense. It's only got 25 defense, but then again, it does have better fire resistance. It's got -5, which is certainly better over the -10 it had on the Blade Master. It's got 15 water resistance, so that one monster that uses water in 5-star, this would be a very decent set of armor to use against it. I don't quite get why it has water resistance of all things, but this would be a very nice set of armor to use against it, so that's quite nice. No longer has its thunder resistance, but then again, you won't be seeing that for a long time, as I said. And upgrading this set of armor would be just the right thing to do at that point anyway, because the defense is just way too low for that late in the game. But there we go, we've covered all of the armor and weapons we have to cover with the Genprey materials, so back to the video and back to the village. Okay, and we're back in the village. So, now that we've defeated the Genprey for the first or maybe the second time, I don't know if you count the time we were in the desert as the first time, I don't know, you be the judge, but for now, I believe that's enough for this episode. So until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and all the other good stuff, I've been HazzD, and I will see you next time.